Now tuning in to Earbud Media. Audio for everyone.
We're living, laughing in. And welcome.
Sometimes you just need a little preventative Botox.
Yeah.
You know? In the form of actually just making sure that your image has been updated after 7 years.
It happens to the best of us, you know? Sometimes you forget. Sometimes you're like, oh, this is a JPEG that has just been slowly eroding. And not to the detriment of the beautiful art that is in it, but just because of the passage of time.
Yeah, no, there was nothing wrong with it. It was beautiful. It was
wonderful.
Great. There was nothing wrong with it. It's just that, contrary to popular belief, we are not a Nickelodeon cartoon, and we do, in fact, change with time. And so we just needed to reflect that a little bit.
Yeah, so give us compliments, and give Maddie Padilla compliments. And we love it. We're here. Look at us.
We love it. It's great. I have absolutely no complaints. You should always picture me in a folklore sweater that I couldn't get when it actually came out. But you should always picture me in it, actually.
Yeah, I think, like, spiritually, in my mind, you were always in a sweater of that nature. Even if you are not.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, it's just my default, like, if you were a video game character, that would be the outfit that you're in. All the time.
Absolutely. Yeah, when they do, like, my autopsy, they will have to take, like, the folklore sweater off.
Sure.
I just want to send, like, a preventative, like, apology to whoever has to do my autopsy, because you will have to take that folklore sweater off. And also, like, 100 icy hot patches off. So, like, thanks for your service ahead of time.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you're a real one, for sure.
I appreciate, one, like, thanks for your job in general, because that's a service.
Sure.
But also, like, thanks for the dedication of taking those off, and I don't have to be buried with them, you know?
It's a whole process.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
You're a real homie. But yeah, you should definitely, like, always consider, Cody, like, does always have garlic.
Right, yeah.
Around.
These are canonical, like, us in our element all of the time. That's just what we look like.
It's just what you need.
Yeah.
To get through those Chicago streets,
Right.
you do need garlic.
Yeah, these streets. H.H. Holmes could be here around any corner, you know? Like, I gotta be prepared.
In order to get through in life and in love, you need to always have 3 things.
Yeah.
You need to have a mask. Okay, and I'm saying that like you need to have a respirator, right? You need to have a lighter, because you never know who needs a lighter, and also because you make friends.
Yeah.
And you need to have garlic, because, one, vampires, and also, because sometimes you just need to add extra flavor, you know?
Yeah.
It's the 3 things.
Yeah, and, like, then you're set, you know?
That's all you actually need.
As long as you have the core 3. Yeah, Funky's wallet, out of here. I'm tired.
No.
PKW?
No. Respirator, lighter, and garlic is the live, laugh, love here. So.
You know I keep that RLG on me. You know. You know.
Fuck. Anyways, welcome into Twilight.
Hey.
Just throw your wallet and your keys, and
just
your
into the ocean.
SPF away. Just throw it in the ocean. Yeah, fuck it. Fuck the ocean. The sharks need it. The octopuses need it. The people down there, the mermaids, they need it.
Yeah, feed it to the Meg, you know? She's
We
hungry.
have bigger concerns that garlic and lighters and respirators can solve.
Right.
Just deal with that shit later.
Yeah, I think we're making some really great points here. I think we're kind of on fire
This is my platform. I'm
good.
adding to my platform.
We're coming with a really specific kind of heat today, and I really enjoy that, you know? I feel like we're really onto something.
I just want to say that, like, this is, what else do you expect from me when all you've put on my fucking Twitter feed is fucking Rumpelstiltskin stealing babies? You know what I mean? Like, you just put me into a really weird energy.
Right.
That, like, what do you expect? You know what I mean? So, hey, how are you?
I am here. I have something in space. I don't know if I would call this a happy thing or a thing that even brings me joy, really.
Hey, neither is mine, but I just from the amount that I thought about it this week, I did need to bring it, so I get it.
But it feels we talk about reality TV on this program frequently.
That's what the show is. Yep.
Unfortunately, it's not Love Island. It is something far more sinister, and that is Special Forces.
What the fuck is that?
Okay, imagine if you will, and I cannot stress enough, this has 2 seasons already. Imagine if you will, just a random, similar to the show I talked about a while ago, the one on Mars.
Trying to recruit me into the army.
No, it is 100% horrible American imperialistic army propaganda, like 1,000%.
Jojo Siwa?
Yeah, listen, let me tell you, okay? And they have a bunch of celebs.
Have you been trying... Hold on. Pause. Have you been trying to backdoor me into Fox reality TV over the last couple months?
Okay, unfortunately, that does seem to be the trend. Because, listen, Fox knew that they were struggling a little bit if things did not go a certain way for the fall season.
True.
So they're like, oh, let's bring back Kitchen Nightmares after, 10 fucking years. Why not? Let's just try everything we can, right? And they've been trying some interesting choices. This being one of them, because it's like, hey, have you ever wanted to see how JoJo Siwa would hang out with Tyler Cameron from The Bachelorette? I guess, maybe. Well, they also do tight ropes over huge, wild, quote-unquote, real special forces training mechanisms and get yelled at by very angry British army guys. Yeah, I guess that's something.
Whoa.
So this show is nuts. We can't watch it in a lot of, we have to pace ourselves with it because it makes us feel very bad and sad. Because these people are not equipped for this naturally. Should anyone be? No, I don't think so. But there are also very compelling and fun things that come out of this. One of which, my favorite thing to have happened in this most recent season is Tara Reid, love of my life, from American Pie, and among other things, clearly did not want to be there. And was like, I'm too old for this shit, but I also want to prove that I can be a tough bitch, which, respect.
And you don't need to prove it. We know.
Right, exactly. Tara. We know Tara. We love you, Tara. But, day 1 or day 2 or something, she tried to smuggle in, 3 packs of cigarettes. In her stuff. Which is she's so mother. You know what I mean?
Right.
You have to respect that. The first season has, Hannah B. from The Bachelorette. There's, a really wild coalescence of reality TV. Black China is in one.
Whoa. This is American Ninja Warrior.
Yeah.
But more Tough Mudder.
Yeah.
Esque. Which is scary to me. I was in it with JoJo Siwa, and I was in it with Tara Reid. Mm-hmm. But I remembered then that this is Fox, and so I was like, oh, of course they have Scaramucci.
It's such a wild card.
But then they have Mel B, and so it's what the fuck?
And Mel B's really good.
And then Jamie Lynn Spears.
Yep.
Fox is such a interesting... There's a lot happening on that network.
I am unfortunately invested, even though it is, I cannot stress enough, total propaganda in every shape and form of the word. But JoJo Siwa is fun to watch. Always. So
IMDb rating, I must say, friends, 7 out of 10. Higher than I expected.
Yeah, that's definitely higher than I... Oh, man.
It's higher than I expected. So, interesting. Okay, wow. Okay, so my thing is also, it's a happy thing, but it's a happy thing in quotes. In the sense that, sure, it brings me joy, but it mostly brings me emotional heartache and pain. My happy thing is that Our Flag Means Death is back.
Yeah.
Before I even say anything about it, are you watching it?
I have not started the new season yet.
All right. So then I'm going to keep this really general.
Okay.
To respect you and also to respect our class, our friends. This, I'm just going to fucking scream into a pillow. This fucking season, Cody, if you thought season 1 was like good, painful, emotional, funny, great, whatever. This season, the writers, it feels like they were like, it feels like they were in all on Tumblr. They were in every TikTok comment section. They were like, how can we emotionally devastate you in every possible way?
Fun.
And also, I don't know how this is possible, but they have pulled direct things from my therapy sessions. And I'm going to fucking sue. Because I don't know, that feels illegal. And also, I watched the show for my gay hot pirates.
Sure.
So what's that about? You know, why do I have to bring this back to my therapist and talk about my fucking hot gay pirate show?
Right.
What's that? What's that about?
It's not fun.
No,
like, I'm here for just sexy Blackbeard. Is that a crime?
And I have to go then and be like, well, Jennifer,
yeah,
I have to talk to you about this. Let me spend 5 minutes giving you the lore about this fucking show.
Right.
And why I have to talk to you about this for a second.
Yeah.
My real crime, the real reason why I'm putting this show on blast this week is because somehow they've all gotten hotter.
See, that's fucked up.
That is the biggest crime. More than
we were already
on
we were teetering on some aggressive territory, you know? It's dangerous. It could have been lethal.
The worst, more than the fact that it's like, happiness brings me joy, that's rude. More than the fact that it's emotionally devastating. Okay, fine. But the fact that they have all gotten hotter and they're bringing in new people that are all devastatingly beautiful. What's that? What do the call sheets look like?
Yeah.
Anyone, all sizes, all genders, all ethnicities, but you've got to be fucking banging. What? There is this badass girl boss pirate who I don't know how she does it. She I think they're trying to reference that she is Asian. I think they're referencing that she is Chinese, but whatever. She acts so much like Shiv.
Oof.
It's actually fucked up.
Yeah. Yikes.
And I'm actually jaw dropped at the screen. Like, I would do anything for you. I would kill anyone for you. Because remember how last time we were talking about, like, we want Case doing this.
Sure.
The women in this season, crimes. Go to jail. The men, the non-binary, the trans people in this season, go to jail. They're all hot.
Yeah.
I can't physically, every episode, I'm crying, I'm throwing up, I'm giggling, my feet are in the air. Yeah. What do you want me to do with this? And then it's going to be just like over because they're dropping every episode so quickly. God. I need you to watch it.
Yeah.
It's making me happy, but it's like pissing me off.
I'm like actually upset.
I'm like physically, like if I ever see Taika, I'm going to punch him in the fucking throat because I'm so upset with how hot everyone is. Like, what do you want me to do with this?
I mean, yeah, it is pretty fucked up.
And the fact that he's in it and is acting this hot, like, you can't do this.
Yeah.
You can't put yourself in this, look this hot, and actually act well in this. Don't. Stop.
Yeah. Like, we have to pick at least two things and no more. Like, you can't have all of the...
You can't have all three.
All the positives, yeah.
God fucking... It's pissing me off, is what... And I think that my HBO Max is, like, getting really confused because it's like you're oscillating between this and then also you want to watch Vampire Diaries. Like,
yeah. It's like, are you okay?
And the answer is no. I'm not okay, is the thing. I'm not well. So that's my happy thing.
Heavy quotations this week.
But I need you to watch it so that you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And also, I don't know if you remember from last season, but there was that guy who was, like, obsessed with being a bird. They do follow up on that this season.
Okay. Very fun.
And I'm really excited. I'm really excited for you to understand it. Because it's just, there's a lot happening is the thing.
All right.
Okay. So we have two pieces of current events.
Mm.
And we're using current pretty loosely here because, again, we were gone for a while. Could you give us an update on Rob and his therapy sessions that have somehow come up to...
Yeah, somehow we
The
are
internet.
getting, like, a window into the curtain here. Absolutely. This is from fan-sided, but also the URL, more importantly, is winteriscoming.net. So that's really cool and fun.
Game of Thrones forum that we
Right.
somehow stumbled upon.
Yeah, and somehow Rob is here. I love that. But apparently this is coming from an interview, or a conversation he had with Jordan Firstman in Interview Magazine. Which also has a wonderful headline that is Jordan Firstman tells Robert Pattinson what it's like to be gay and relevant. And that's just really good. That's
Thank you
just
for your service.
that's really good
Thank you.
journalism. I'm a really big fan of that. And I feel like Rob is just very like
A Taurus.
feel like, yeah. Right. Like, I think if someone just gives him the opportunity, he will just say anything, right? And that could be like, haha, lies, or just like jokes and things. But it also could just be like, here's what I'm talking about my therapist about this week, you know? And how I feel about...
You know his publicist has to be shitting his pants because Rob has media training.
Yeah.
There's
right.
no way that this man has gone like 15 plus years in Hollywood without having media training. And so the fact that he's still just saying this shit is confounding to me.
Yeah.
I'm grateful, but also what?
Right. Like, what's going on?
I love the fact that Jordan was like, so you ever taken any roles that you weren't into?
Yeah.
And instead of just being like, no, not really. What about you, Jordan? He just keeps talking.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, well, actually, this brings up my next point. I do have a, like, deep, deep, deep fear of humiliation just in my life. And it's like, whoa, Robert, where are we going with this, Robert? And he's like, well, you know, but then it's also like, it is your fault if you're failing. Being like, the script could be bad, the director could be bad, but if you're, like, no one cares about that. So you gotta, like, figure your shit out and be like, even if you tried your best, if people think it sucks, they're gonna think it sucks. It's like, damn, okay. Fuck. And then he's like, oh, I actually feel like being an actor, and me specifically, it's like, I feel like I'm gonna be unemployed and desperate and sad and feel like a loser for the rest of my life. It's like, damn, Robert, damn, fuck.
Rob, go to therapy.
Yeah.
Thank you. But also, thanks for these clips that people have been relating to on Twitter, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, there is really a lot to pull from here. That is beautiful.
And I'm grateful for it.
Mm-hmm.
We have more men. We have more men to talk about.
Yeah, it's a big week for men. Big week
so
for
many-
men duos.
A
God.
few weeks ago, when we were talking about this, Paris was more in the news than it is now.
Sure.
The inciting incident, some might say,
Mm-hmm.
of Fashion Week.
Oh, man.
Who could have known, you know? But the most important part to me, and I think we even talked about this when it happened,
Yeah.
but it has to be shared with the friends. Are the loves of my life of Penn and Andrew being photographed together? Because these fits, Cody,
Yeah.
we don't often have a fashion corner for these two. Specifically because Andrew, you know.
Right, yeah. Welcome to the pod, Andrew Garfield.
Andrew Garfield, love of my life for so many reasons.
Yeah.
Thank you for your service. I wish that Tick Tick Boom had gotten more appreciation, but I'm glad that you're here.
Sure.
And then also, love of my life, Penn Badgley, loving the Silver Fox moment. God bless you.
God.
Just like fine wine, this man, you know?
They just look so for lack of a better word, swagged out.
God.
He looks so fucking good.
I love
They're
to
in
see a
these
man.
big coats with these
I love to
big
see
pockets.
a man just dressed well.
Yeah.
It's so rare to
Right.
see.
And like fun. It's not like, ooh, I'm wearing a black suit. Boring.
Go back. Go
We're
home.
having color.
Go change.
We're having drama. We're having proportions. Okay? We're having
It's
big,
proportions.
chunky shoes.
It looks well on them.
Yeah.
This fucking pink on Andrew, he's glowing. He's beautiful.
God.
And everyone knows, like, listen, Penn, black looks well on him. He's a
Yes.
Scorpio. Like,
Sure.
it looks great. Like, I get it.
Yeah,
But to have him be in gray and this skirt,
yeah.
I'm going to sit in the street. I can't
Yeah.
handle
I'm actually going to get run over today.
it.
This is the last time you're going to hear from us. We're
This
both-
second...
we're out.
This second photo from GQ magazine, thank you GQ,
Yeah.
is very much giving like we saw you from across the bar and we
No,
like your vibe.
literally. And I would say yes. You know?
Oh my god.
I would say yes.
I'm just oh my god.
Who would?
Please.
I mean, look at these. Look at these sweeties. These absolute sweeties.
You know they would treat you so right.
And they just look like they're having fun. You know? They probably don't got a lot of things to do. They're just here because they're famous.
And you know, like nobody's asking them any interesting questions, any good questions. I would have asked you two so many good questions.
Yeah. If only Chicken Shop Date Girl was there. Because
Oh
the
my
sexual
God.
chemistry between her and Andrew Garfield is palpable.
It's fucked
it is,
up.
It's honestly fucked up. I think about that clip like once a
Every
month.
day.
It's
That's
like,
my Roman
at
Empire.
least it is so powerful. But imagine that with this duo. I think that would, everyone would explode. Like everyone's phones would just like shut off at once.
Right. As they should.
As they should, because it's just too much. There's too much information. It's too powerful. We shouldn't be trusted with it. But I want us to fucking try. God damn.
Put Penn in more skirts.
Yes.
Put Andrew in more open, lower cut shirts.
Yes.
Give him more flowers.
Yeah.
Put that man in more flowers.
It's great.
He deserves it.
It's wonderful.
I'm gonna blow this fucking photo up into like a fathead size photo, like a 5x5, and I'm gonna just, it's gonna be the first thing that you see when you walk into my home. Like,
Yeah.
yes. And the eyes will follow you everywhere you walk for some reason.
I love that. I love that commitment to design. It's very tasteful.
Oh, I'm gonna be, that's just, it just makes me feel so warm. I love it. So we don't have a question this week.
It's more
from
of
the
a
audience.
very
It's more of a
crucial
comment.
correction.
It's just, we have a correction corner because someone, and I won't name names, someone may have pronounced one of the titular characters of the Vampire Diaries. Again, I won't say names.
Yeah, we're not calling anyone out here.
But we're listening, we're learning. One of
Episode 1.
Shut the fuck up. Listen, so one of our patrons, Carrie, thank you, Carrie, for your dedication and your service.
And for fact checking.
And for your fact-checking service. I will only take fact-checking from you for the rest of the 8th season, so I hope that you're ready to sit in now.
Right. You got a job to do.
You're our intern now for the rest. I hope you're ready. So Carrie says, I say this with the most love. Carrie's not mad, just disappointed. But Stefan's name is pronounced Stefan, not Stefan. It's Leviosa, not Leviosa.
Yeah.
We're listening, we're learning. And I
Whoops.
won't name names. It's fucking my bad, Carrie. Okay, I'm sorry. Just never heard a man named Stefan before.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't even consider that as was an option.
I just didn't know that you could take Stephanie Meyer's name and change it like that, okay?
Yeah.
Sorry.
How are you as a man named Stefan? You know? Like, how...
And I think that, like, you know, it's just really, like, powerful and strong, but, like, when I look at it, I think Steph on,
Right.
you know? But it's
Yeah.
fine.
And it does sound more vampirish, to be fair.
Right, exactly. But I will say, watching episode 2, they enunciated it more, they said it more often, and
Sure.
it was clearer that it
Yeah.
is Stefan. So I got it. Thank you.
Okay, so Steven.
So fucking Steven.
That'd be so
anyways.
funny if his name was like Steve, though. That'd be so...
And he was just, like, too embarrassed to call anyone out, you know?
Yeah.
Like, he registered himself in the school, but he just, like...
Yeah, it's like, you know what, whatever you guys think is fine, actually. I just... I'm not picky, you know? Tomato.
It was just, like... He just, like, made a mistake when he was writing it on those registration paperwork, but he got really tired when he was compulsing that lady for the first time.
Sure.
He just didn't want to go through. It was just really
not worth the hassle, you know?
Yeah. Or, like, Damon was the one who told somebody that it was it was Stefan, and he was like, it's actually Steve, but Damon's more powerful, so, like, it's fine.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay, so last time we watched the pilot. During this episode, season 1, episode 2, The Night of the Comet, during the recap, there were 2 things I forgot to mention that I remembered during the recap that I needed to bring up. One, Stefan, aka Steve, is very Edward coded because he drinks from animals.
Right.
And that's important.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing from this recap that is very important to bring up, and I will think about for the rest of this series, because we have a link. And I need someone to tell me if this is in the books too. But fucking Elena and Jeremy's parents died on my birthday.
Uh-oh.
And the only 2 things in media that I've ever seen where my birthday has been mentioned is Elena and Jeremy's birth, like her when their parents died.
Yeah.
And Cloverfield.
Stop.
It's the only 2 times in media where my birthday has ever been mentioned.
Wow. That's hilarious.
It's kind of fucky, to be honest.
Wow.
So I think it's important for us to remember that as we're going through that, like, I am now linked to this
series. You're bond babed to Elena in some capacity. Wow. That's
and
funny.
I don't remember why, I don't know how I missed bringing that up.
Yeah, it's okay. It happens.
In the pilot, I was just a little focused on the fact that it had to say
right.
Names, I guess.
So there's a lot of things we were going.
There's a lot of things going on.
Yeah.
But that's a titular detail that I think we need to focus on here. So, the Night of the Comet. Hello, we're here.
We're here. The night is upon us.
There's a lot happening in this episode.
The gas is being fully pressed right now, right? Like, last episode was a lot of things at once. We are not slowing down on anything, it seems like. And it seems like we won't.
Absolutely not. No.
Very soon, which is all right.
No, I mean, what do you expect from this episode when it starts with Metric?
Right. Yeah, and again, the music is going hard as fuck for no reason, which I know is probably going to be a consistent thing, but we have to keep re-emphasizing it because what?
And I'm so grateful.
Yeah.
I've never been more grateful, actually.
Right, I've never been more grateful than to have this piece of media.
I'm in it. I've never been tuned in more with music. Because when we've talked about other shows before, we've had music, but not to this level. Because it's harder with stuff that we've watched to get this budget. Where CW was like, fuck it. Well, we got the money, so it's fine.
We'll ball. Whatever. And thank God.
Here's what I'll say. And I know I talked about this in the pilot, and it's going to be hard in this season to not bring the comparisons. But the scene ahead of the cutscene. This couple in the tent.
Right.
This happened in a Supernatural episode, like very early on in season 1. But it was the episode of Supernatural where Corey Monteith was in it.
Sorry. Sorry.
Okay, all right. So let me back up.
Wow.
So there's an episode in Supernatural season 1. Again, I'm sorry. I was gonna apologize, but this is a CW show, and so I'm probably gonna bring up Supernatural a lot. I'm not. Yeah, and I'm a connoisseur.
This is crucial information. This is crucial context.
I'm I'm a historian. Of
Yes.
it, so fuck off. So there's an episode in Supernatural season 1 that's about a Wendigo.
Okay. Fuck yeah.
And it starts where these guys are in a tent and they're camping because, like, you know, we're just guys being dudes and, like, we're outdoors in the national park or whatever. But it's the only episode that Corey Monteith is in. And it happens, like, it's almost, like, shot for shot of what happens that Damon, like, they act like there's a bear outside. The guy goes out and then, oops, you're dead in a tree, you know? And so... You know, Damon, first of all, not very nice. You're killing in a super conspicuous way, so that's good.
Yeah. Pretty fucked up.
But CW, I'm just wondering if and I would have to do a little bit more, like, research on the back end from IMDb, but I just feel like they must have had crossover in the writer's room because Supernatural did the exact same thing where, like, and maybe this is just kind of how Monster of the Week works too, but, like, the monster, I mean, it's Damon, but, like, the monster of what happens, those kills in Supernatural would also happen before the title card, too.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if there was some sort of, if not overlap, just some sort of mind meld that exists.
Right. And it's like, I get it. You have a 42-minute show. That's a very similar structure of how you would set up a Monster of the Week.
Right.
I think it's just very hard to not compare the two because you know these were filmed on the same lot, you know? Like, it's either LA where they're doing the town square shit and Vancouver where I know Supernatural was, and I'd be shocked if this wasn't as well.
Yeah.
So, anyways.
Sounds fun. Rip to those two. For sure. Yike.
How did you feel about Elena sleeping in 2 camis?
In 2 camis? I mean, it was pretty powerful. It is...
It's very 2009.
Yeah, incredibly 2009. I love it. I respect the commitment to the bit. That's very fun. Also, Vicky's still not doing hot, right? Like, not doing
She's
good.
struggling a lot.
She's struggling. Jeremy's trying to be like, hey, girl. How's it going? Just like, sorry, loser.
Poor
Not for me.
Jenna in this episode too. On Jenna.
Yeah.
Because at the beginning of this episode, I definitely thought that Jeremy was off hotboxing in someone's car.
Right. Like, Jeremy is not present.
No. But he was actually going to visit Vicky in the hospital, which is cute and nice.
Yeah.
And unexpected, I will say.
Mm-hmm.
I texted you because, just to take you a little bit behind the curtain, we are, next week we have a very special guest, which I'm very excited about. So I watched this episode early. I found out at the end of this episode, and I texted Cody ahead of time because it shook me to my fucking core to find out. I knew based on the pilot, that Elena is supposed to be older than Jeremy.
Yeah.
But I had no idea watching that pilot. And so it shook me to my fucking core watching this that I even texted Cody and I was like, sorry, Jeremy's supposed to be 15 years old. That's a full man. There's no way.
That's so fucked up.
And so that completely, and they dropped that at like the end of this episode, but it colored fully watching this again. And I get it, like 15-year-olds, you have a full growth spurt. I get it. You can be tall, whatever. But this child boy, that changes everything.
Yeah, it definitely does like color things in a different way. You're like, wait a minute.
Because I will say, I watched the pilot and I was like, Jeremy's not boring. I don't get it. His story arc is, I'm not interested.
Right.
Now that I know that he's 15, because I thought he was 17, I was like, this kid can go away. I'm not interested. Yeah. Now that I know that he's 15, I have a little bit more sympathy for him. And he reads more like Jacob to me.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's just a bit.
Yep.
You're 15, and listen, I say you're a baby because you're half my age.
Mm-hmm.
And also you've just gone through like a significant trauma that you're like,
Absolutely.
I'm gonna cover with weed, right? You're just a baby. Of course you're picking fights with this like 17-year-old dude in a polo who's like doesn't care about this guy this girl that he wants to like wife up, you know?
Right.
Anyways, my opinion on Jeremy has significantly changed now that I know that he's 15.
Now that I know he's an actual child.
Yeah.
A little bit more sympathetic to the experience.
But I will say his interactions with Jenna in this episode were fucking hilarious to me.
Oh my god. Yeah, he is very funny.
Jenna trying to be like, let's just like make nachos. This is what I eat when I'm high. Like, let's just vibe and chill out and I'm going to relate to you. And he's like, I'm going to wait until you turn around and I'm going to go.
It's like, I actually need to leave right now. You have fun though.
But like, Jenna, my girl, you were the youngest child. How do you not know these tricks ahead of time?
Come on now.
Do better.
God.
Listen, I get it. It's not the first thing that comes to your mind when you're trying to like be a guardian in this situation. Mm-hmm. But also, how were those not the things that you did when you were a youngest sibling, you know?
Yeah.
So, anyways, poor Jeremy is the thing. I was not expecting the Wuthering Heights jump scare.
Not the Wuthering Heights jump scare. God damn.
Why do you always have to, when you're a vampire, is it just like a contractual obligation that you have to bring up Emily Bronte?
Just super into Bronte. Yeah, that's totally, I think that's just part of it, you know?
Why is it like...
It is a funny bit,
2010,
I think.
Right.
Know? Like,
why can't you be like super into Days of Our Lives?
Right.
And why is there no vampire that's like super into reality TV?
Yeah. I think it's a really funny bit because it's like, I understand the conceit, especially if this is across multiple like vampire medias, of like them being like, well, I'm 150 years old and this was a book I liked when I was a child. Yeah. But I also love that because then it assumes that over the since, you know, Wuthering Heights or any Bronte had come out, there has been no other media. They're like, you know what? In 150 years, I was like, this is actually pretty fun, and this is going to be something I enjoy. I always just got to go back to my classics, baby.
And I get it. I get it that, like, the stuff that you read when you were younger...
Sure.
...formed your personality.
Welcome to this podcast.
Welcome to this fucking podcast. Like, you know, like, it's a pot calling the kettle black. You know what I mean? Like, I get it. Yeah. And it feels very on brand from what I'm learning about Steve. To be like, I read Bronte. I'm just a soft poet boy. Hi, my name's Stefan. I write with quills. I'm just like a soft, sweet boy who has a really complicated power dynamic with my brother. Like,
I know a lot about history.
And I know a lot about history. A lot about the Confederacy. Stefan. Why does this always fucking happen?
Yeah, it's a pretty fucked up special interest to have. You know what I mean? Like,
choose any other special interest. My
There's
God,
so many. Like, if you love dates, if you love fun facts, if you want to just like, you know,
watch Jeopardy. My God,
emotionally like manipulate your history teacher or whatever for eternity.
Can I
guess
interest you in Sudoku.
Yeah,
my man.
There are so many other ways for that proclivity to manifest, you know what I mean?
Have you heard of bingo?
It doesn't have to be that one, you know? But
why?
It always is.
Why does it always fucking come back to the Civil War with these vampires? Choose anything else. I'm gonna fucking put my hand into this bingo board and I'm gonna choose a special interest for you. Oh, look. It says the Magic School Bus series. Here, Stefan. Get really into these.
Yeah, Stefan loves Animorphs and the Magic Tree House.
Oh, hell yes. Great. Oh, look, It's the one about those cats that the nerds in the library read about. Here, Stefan. Great.
There are so many pieces of media that have like hundreds of Goosebumps. Just get into Goosebumps. You know what I mean? Like there's so
super
many.
into Goosebumps.
There's
my
rife
God.
material. There's hundreds and hundreds.
God.
Nancy Drew.
Steph-
Get to Nancy Drew. You know?
Oh my God. Welcome to Nancy Drew and the opposite one, the other on the binary, the gay boys who solve crime.
The gay boys.
What the fuck are they called?
The Hardy Boys.
Thank you. That's exactly what I said. What's the problem?
Exactly what you said. No, to be fair, you were right. You were right.
That's exactly what I said. God. In my eyes, we said the same words, so I don't know what the problem is.
It's the same picture.
It's just, I see, they're apples to apples to me. Okay, so, there are a couple things that have changed.
Yes.
That we've gotten more character development. Shockingly, we've gotten more character development since the pilot. I want this history teacher to die.
Yeah.
I want him to fucking, because I want him to be sued because this conversation that he has with Aunt Jenna is a crime.
Mm-hmm.
I know that there are so many people doing like literal witch hunts right now for public school educators, which first of all, knock that shit off.
Right.
But this dude can fucking die.
Yeah.
Because in what world, first of all, this would have, there was no way that this teacher would be having this conversation with Aunt Jenna and not a committee where
right.
a therapist, like the counselor, would be leading this conversation.
Mm-hmm.
So, gross. That he's like, are you capable of being the guardian for these two? Gross. Nasty.
Yeah. It's like, listen, she's trying her best out here, okay? First of all.
Don't like that. And also, I think this was brought up in the pilot, but there were a lot of people that we were getting. I did not make the connection in the pilot that the Mike Newton motherfucker, the Air Supply Mike Newton motherfucker, was Vicky's sister.
Oh, okay.
So when he was just like
sense.
chilling in the hospital, I was like, hello? Are you another one of Vicky's suitors?
Yeah, no, it definitely was weird in context. You're like, why is he fucking here? Like, why is he peeping on all this is going on? It's like, oh, they are related.
Related.
Makes
They're
sense.
related. So that makes a lot more sense. I wish these Salvatore... Okay, now, hold on. I'm going to pause here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to need Carrie, our fucking fact checker. I think it's Salvatore. Based on what other people have said in this episode. Is it Salvatore? Am I putting a little like Emerald Bam spice on this?
Yeah, do we get a little Italian with it?
Right. I think it's Salvatore.
Yeah.
But I'm going to need Carrie to fact check this for next week. Is it a little like, do I put a little at the end?
Yeah, maybe by next week we'll be able to pronounce everyone's full name correctly.
The thing is, I'm so scared of looking this shit up online because I'm scared they're going to be like, oh yeah, and by season 3, you know, like, they're going to start the episode of like, here's how you pronounce Stefan and Damon's names. Oh yeah, remember, like, make sure to follow me so you know by season 3, X person dies. And I'm like, God fucking damn it. Like,
yeah. It's a minefield out here. We got to be careful.
Right, exactly. Just someone tell me. Anyways, I wish that these Salvatore, I'm going to commit to the bit here. I wish these Salvatore brothers would stop fucking with Vicky's mind because I watched this episode thinking like, oh, it's going to be about the Night of the Comet. I love these small town little gimmicks that these people do. And then it's just Stefan and Damon giving Vicky brain damage.
Yeah. Just playing literal mind games.
What's up with that?
Yeah. Like, poor girl. Because she's like, I think I'm having dreams. And like, it sounds kind of nuts, but feel like it was a vampire, ? And Stefan's like, whoa, hold it right there. You definitely saw an animal. And it was really big and scary. And it was not my brother. For sure. Don't even worry about it. And then fucking Damon comes back and it's like, actually, for sure, totally wasn't me, but you're so right at being vampire girly. It's that motherfucker, Stefan. Ooh, yikes. Like, can you guys leave her alone? There's a lot
I
going
hate
on
it.
here. She's working too much. Her brain is working too hard.
Well, she's trying to heal from this, like,
Yeah.
massive neck wound.
Right.
That's where all your veins are.
Yeah.
You need that.
It's a pretty sizable, spot.
Yeah. And it's my question. We're like 3 days into the school year now, max.
Yeah.
Which is why that, like, fucky history teacher was having that conversation with Aunt Jenna of, like, Jeremy needs to get his shit together kind of thing.
Yeah.
But Matt, and I know that's his name, but I keep calling him Mike Newton because, like, they're the same thing. You know
That's
what I mean?
fair. Yeah, you're so right for that.
Why is Matt and Stefan, are they on a lunch break at school? Why are they just, like, chilling in this hospital?
Right. Did they get, like, permission?
Right.
Like, hey, I got it. Like, I understand, like, her brother, right?
Right.
But where the fuck is Stefan going? What's he doing? You know?
Yeah. Why is he there? You know? Did he just, like, slip out of class really quick? What's going on here?
Yeah.
I need more than anything right now to meet Bonnie's Grams.
Yes. Oh my god. Yeah.
Right now, Bonnie is the most interesting character to me.
Oh, 100%.
And she's actually all I care about.
Yeah. Like, I just want her to thrive, which I don't think is gonna happen. But
And that pisses me off so much.
because she deserves it.
To know that there is something that has happened in the last few years where, like, the cast or the fucking crew or something fucked over that actress pisses me off, because right now she's the most interesting character in this show.
Yeah, and there's, like, lore to pop off on. Like, there's so much to work with here with her. Ugh, so fucked up.
I do love this it's very, like, Hills moment that happens after school here, where Bonnie and Caroline and Elena are like, so what's the hot goss? Like, do you like Stefan? What's up?
Yeah, spill the tea, girl.
And Caroline is so unamused that apparently all Elena and Stefan did was just, like, talk. She's like, boo.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Why didn't you guys kiss?
Why didn't you guys
all
fuck?
night?
Like, what's up?
Why are you lying to me about your sweet, sexy night? And Lena's like, no, for real. Like, we were just chatting. We had so much to talk about all night.
And somehow leaves that conversation being like, you know what? I'm not going to get scared this time. I'm just going to go over to his house and fuck him.
Right.
It's
Like, you know what?
3:30 in
so
the
right.
afternoon. I love this energy. Great.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Like, fuck it. Why not? Let's go.
That's great. I'm proud of you.
Yeah. But she does not meet Stefan.
No, she just, sometimes when you go up to someone's house and you knock on the door, but then the door just, like, mysteriously creaks open, sometimes you just go in. Anyway.
Sometimes you're like, this feels like a good omen. You know, this feels nice and safe and fun and not scary.
Yeah.
Or there's going to be, like, a scary brother there that I don't know about.
Hey, Elena, do you think maybe that's how in a past life you died? Is because you've watched horror movies and you were like, I'm going to disregard all the advice I've seen before. What the fuck?
Hey, what's going on here? Also, this house is bananas. There's so
much happening here.
There's so much going on, and Damon's like, yeah, Sotheby's, you know how it is. Kind of fancy. A little tacky for my taste, but it's like, homie, relax.
How do you feel about the fact that the inspiration for Roman Roy came from Damon in this episode?
Stop. For real, though. I see it. It makes sense to me.
I know that both Damon and Stefan are dressed like they're in a fucking Ghost Adventures episode here.
Sure.
But for some reason, Ian Summenhalder was like, I'm going to give my strongest Roman Roy coded energy now, even though that won't exist for 10 more years.
Right. He's kind of a prophet, if you will. It's like, here's the thing. Like, his character is very funny to me so far, because it's really the only thing that is happening with him right now is just that he wants to make his brother's life horrible for the rest of time. That's like his MO.
I love
right?
that.
Like that's his thing. And I love it. I respect it. I love the just like sibling energy that's going on there. He's an incredible chaos agent, and it's just gonna be a shit out of spite forever.
I think that it's a really powerful... I think that's the only thing that they told Ian going into these 2 episodes that they probably filmed really close together.
Yeah.
Here's my question, though. Why did the general public lean so hard into this fake love triangle? When right now I see the most palpable chemistry between Damon and Stefan, and there is nothing, even by the end of this episode, there is nothing between Stefan and Elena.
Yeah.
These 2, especially in the house, like right in this moment, and then later on the top of that building, they look like they want to fuck each other.
Yeah, it's very aggressive. I would also say, too, and this is something that we'll probably get more into next week, but there's also some wild sexual chemistry between the history teacher and Stefan. That is way more than Stefan and Elena. Especially
next week?
Yes. Ooh. But we've seen a little taste. We've seen a little taste of it, but there is more. But, like, so far, like, nothing with Stefan and Elena feels like anything.
No.
At all. And I know we're early, but it's like, if this is supposed to be like, oh my god, life-changing love.
And they tried to manufacture it. I'll give it to them. They tried to manufacture it really well by putting one of my favorite Sarah Bareilles songs.
I was gonna fucking say. Yeah, like, they were saying, okay, let's make you feel something and put fucking Gravity on, which, you know, is an impossible song not to feel every emotion to. So I give
Cody,
them that.
I watched it twice. I watched it with the song because I almost threw up when it shocked me. And then I went back and I watched it on mute without the song. And there's no chemistry. There's none. It's just the song that was making me feel it.
It's such a cheap shot, you know, because, like, you can't deny the power of that song. Of course not.
No, you can't.
Of course not.
No, my dance team at my high school did one of the most heartbreaking dance competition songs to that ever.
Wow.
It's such a 2009 cheap shot. Yeah. And they knew it, and that's why they put it on their first kiss.
Yeah. I refuse to be tricked. I refuse to be gaslit by the CW. Don't you weaponize Sarah Bareilles against me, first of all.
Don't you ever do
How
that
dare
to
you.
me again.
I am vulnerable, okay? Like, fuck you.
Don't you ever do that to me again.
I'm gonna think about conversations I've never had. How dare you? What's wrong with you?
Don't put me back into this 2009 headspace of thinking about who I loved and who I lost back then. Fuck you. Not with these 2 who look like they're being forced at gunpoint to kiss each other.
Yeah, they have not earned it, you know?
No.
They don't. It's fucked up.
God. More chemistry. I've seen more chemistry in a 7th grade dance. Fuck off.
Yeah, with enough space for Jesus in the middle, okay?
God, it pisses me off. Okay, so two important things before we talk about the actual Night at the Comet event. One, I love that Elena says about Stefan, he's on the rebound and he has raging family issues.
Hey.
Thank you.
Listen.
And thank you for this amazing gift out of context. And also, I do think Jenna threw a book at Jeremy.
Which, honestly, slay.
That's a really powerful parenting moment.
Yeah. She said she was right to do it.
You shouldn't throw stuff at your kids, but in that moment, you know what I mean?
Like, listen, sometimes talk, shake, get hit, you know?
Yeah, exactly. I'm very nervous. Very nervous about Caroline and why she keeps walking over to Damon. Don't like it. Don't trust it. I hate it.
Yeah, not a fan.
I don't like that at the end of this episode, that Damon, he should know better. He should know better than to just come up on a woman like that when she drops her keys. Mm-hmm. Don't like that.
Yeah.
That's a bad man. That's a bad man.
Getting bad vibes from this dude.
Mm-hmm. Hey, also, I would like to talk to this restaurant that Vicky works at. Why do you have a life-threatening injury? You take a day off work because the hospital's like, I think this woman's gonna die. And the next day you're back at work. What's that?
Just like, well, time to clock back in. Let's go.
You need a minor's labor that badly?
Is there no one else?
Is there no
one else? There's no other 16-year-old you can get to fill this in?
Oh, God. And then there's just like these 3 puppies that are following her. Her brother, Jeremy, and then Tyler, Mr.
Right.
Polo Man.
Yeah.
It's great. It's great. I love it.
Oh my God.
I'm very grateful that Vicky is okay because Damon did almost break her brain.
In so many different ways. Yeah.
in like a trauma way and then also like in a compulsion way.
Yeah. And then also be like, hey, remember all that wild stuff that you were thinking of? Totally was back to an animal. You were for sure right the first time. The second time, totally, for sure. Don't even worry about it. You're good. Everything's good.
Yeah. And I would like you to forget that I did almost make you walk off this building here. That would have been like super crazy wild.
That would have been so awkward if that had happened.
So just get back to your shift, girl. You're good.
Yeah. Get that money, baby. Let's go. Have fun. See you later.
What would have been that back then? Like $5 an hour? You go get it, girl. Get it, Vicky.
Everything's fine. Everything's so good.
God. The actual comet, Bonnie, because again, she's a witch.
She's a fucking witch.
And I love her.
She's a medium. She's a spirit guide.
Keeps telling everybody that the comet is a harbinger of evil.
Yeah, well.
And nobody's listening to her. But these two, Stefan is like, keeps trying to apologize to Elena or whatever.
Mm-hmm. And
it's like really awkward because they're holding candles, like a vigil for the comet. It was kind of weird, but whatever. And Elena's like, just say goodbye to me because I have abandonment issues. And he's like, what? Hello? Whatever. My favorite part of this though, because again, Stefan and Elena right now, boring. I don't get it. It's whatever. Stop trying to make it happen. It's not going to happen.
It's literally not interesting at all.
It's not interesting. What I loved though is when Bonnie touched Stefan.
Yeah.
Not in a sexual way, but in a she saw something.
Listen, she knows something.
She knows something. She knows something. Uh-oh. That's not good. That's not good. I made fun of Elena a little bit about the diaries in the pilot, and I do want to apologize. You know what? No, I don't want to apologize. The writers kind of manufactured, they backtracked a little bit because they were like, before these two smooched, to Sarah Bareilles, I'm never going to forget it. Elena says that her dead mom, who died on my birthday, gave her the diary when she was 10, and that's why she keeps writing in it. Which is a lot to just say to someone.
Just like you just dumped like a lot of information.
So that's a lot to say to someone before you kiss them.
Right.
Can you tell me your feelings about the end of this with Damon?
Fucking a sleigh. I'm scared. It's such a classic. I miss the CW so bad because every episode is always like, we used
to be a proper country, you know?
Yeah, let's do a cliffhanger that's really gonna make you shake in your boots, okay? Mm-hmm. Like, we used to be a proper country. And so Damon and Caroline kind of vibing, kind of flirty, kind of into each other.
Yeah.
Okay. A lot of raw sexual energy going on here.
These two, chemistry.
Yeah. Oh, off the charts, for sure. I see it. I feel it. I'm here. Okay?
Right.
And then they're getting to business a little bit in Caroline's room. And Damon just fucking bites her.
And not in a like I'm gonna nibble on your neck. He's like, no, I'm gonna bite you. Like
a capital B bite.
Right.
For vampires. So that's fun. That's gonna be something.
Yeah, and then just cut to black.
And then, credits roll, curtains closing. Fuck yeah. Let's go.
If I had seen this for the first time,
Yeah.
I would have been properly shaking in my boots.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm nervous... I mean, I am still nervous. But I do know that she is around.
Right.
Longer. So now
Yes.
I'm confused.
Right. I need
Because-
a little bit of assurance here.
Right. Because I didn't think that there were other vampires around.
Mm-hmm. Right. That was kind of like the whole thing.
Right. Now, if Damon has an agenda of a vampire high school, that's wild.
That would be so funny if it was like, listen, I just want us to all be on the same page here and be in high school forever with each other and just have this be
Sounds like
everyone
my
come
fucking
in,
nightmare.
turn in. Love it.
When everyone at the end of Grease is like, yeah, high school forever. But like for real, nobody means that.
But like eternal high school forever.
Christ. No. No, not actually though.
No.
Next week, we have an episode 3, titled Friday Night Bites.
Ayo. But
Good. It's very good.
Very good.
You know,
Regulars.
this is, thank you, writers.
Yeah.
Thank you always,
God.
but thank you especially for this.
Yes.
One of the photos that I found, first of all, thank you, IMDb, for having photos of the episodes. Thank God for that.
Yeah.
Stefan is touching a Wilson football, and I'm so fucking scared
Right.
about this. I'm so nervous.
Who let this man near a football? Get out.
Ooh, don't let this man touch pigskin. No, thank you.
No.
I'm so nervous. But we have a special guest next week, and y'all, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
So stay tuned. Tell your friends. Tell your family. We recently had we had a family affair. Join Patreon. I'm very excited about that. So it's worth it. It's worth it to bully your family to join our patrons. We love it.
We love it. Absolutely.
We love it. We have some amazing patrons though. Would you like to start us off?
Absolutely. Thank you to Sean Salvatore.
Ooh, thank you to Jasmine and Anastasia.
Pew, pew, pew. Thank you to Megan Pattinson.
Ooh, thank you to Katya Karp.
Pew. Thank you to Ashlyn Fogel.
Ooh, thank you. Welcome back to Shannon Clearwater.
Ooh, Shannon Clearwater. Pew, 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 pew.
Pew, pew, pew.
Thank you to Maddie Facinelli.
Ooh, thank you to Genevieve Morgan. Come on down.
Thank you to Danielle Burke.
Ooh, thank you to Sophia Salinger.
Ow. Thank you to Laura Forty.
Ooh, thank you to Dan Zeklos.
Ow. And last but certainly not least, thank you to Emily O'Zara.
Pew, 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 pew. Come claim your free 4 tickets to Renee Rapp. You were the 40th caller.
Hell yeah.
I have a fan fiction for you today.
All right.
That I found myself.
Ooh, brave.
And I was very scared, but I tried my best. I went all the way back. I went oldest to newest to try and avoid spoilers.
Yeah.
This is by the author, orphan_account, and it is titled Trigonometry.
Ooh.
The summary is the real reason Stefan, aka Steve, is going back to high school. And there's no chapters. This is just all a one shot, which is
Fuck
thank
yeah.
you. Thank you for people who wrote one shots.
Yeah. Braver than the Marines.
Braver than the Marines. I will also say, just as an author's note, this is what I thought back in the day that fan fiction was, this type of writing. And then I got on here for this podcast, and then it was all fucking the X-rated nastiest shit I've ever seen in my life. So, when you're reading this, please know the context that this is what I thought fan fiction was.
All right.
So, Stefan, Elena said, soda voice, while the math teacher was scrawling the definitions of sine, cosine, and tangent on the unit circle on the whiteboard. Are you as good at math as you are at history? Stefan winced, but he had to admit the prospect of an excuse to spend more time with Elena was too good to pass up. I'm sure I can help you with trigonometry, he said. Elena grinned at him. Later, at her house, she said, "I guess living a long time doesn't help you with equations the way it does with dates. It would if I actually had spent all that time doing math problems." Elena made a face. "Didn't you know that was why I decided to go back to high school? The prospect of facing all those years without a solid grounding in higher math scared me." She was laughing at him, but Stefan didn't mind. End scene.
Sorry. Did
Beautiful. Just like
beautiful work. Do you say cosine? Is that what you? Is that how you pronounce
that's how
that?
it's spelled here, not cosine. That's how the author spelled it.
How did she spell? How do they spell it? Hold on, let me look. I need to open this up. I usually don't click on the actual fanfiction. I just let you wash away.
Cosine.
Hold on. Okay, yes, I agree to the terms of service. Jesus Christ.
Oh no.
Fuck.
Cosine.
It is okay. In your defense, it is written like scene.
I know.
Okay.
Sine, cosine, tangent, but that's spelled cosine.
It is spelled cosine.
You know, like from Les Mis, cosine.
Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm.
My favorite Les Mis character.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, my favorite concept in trigonometry and my favorite Les Mis character is the same thing. Yeah, it's the Venn diagrams of a circle.
Cosine.
Wow. Okay, that was beautiful. I do love that it was just like, I just want to have a foundation in math. I can't be like 100 years old and not know math.
See, like, if he had a fucking special interest in math, then we wouldn't have to have episodes about Confederacy.
Yeah.
Then maybe it wouldn't have been set in fucking Virginia. You know?
Right. Yeah, that's also fair.
Not like there's a safe space in the U.S. for it to be set, you know what I mean? But like, you know?
Right.
That's what I thought fanfiction was. And then I got onto fanfic.net and I got into Archive of Our Own, and it was like I had to read tags with words I didn't even know were sex things.
Yeah.
And I, someone who was a sex and relationship advocate in college, was blushing.
Right.
Jesus Christ. Anyways, God. So thank you for reading about sine, cosine, and tangent. Which I know, I swear to God, Carrie, if you come at me, I know it's cosine. I know. I was reading it the way that the author intended.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you committed to the authorial intent. You know what I mean? Like, that's beautiful.
Sometimes you just can't say bracket, sick, bracket out loud.
Yeah.
Because it ruins the storytelling.
Ruins the flow, for sure, yeah.
Okay, well, again, we do like to listen and learn, but sometimes it's for the comedy, okay? But we trust you. All right? Whatever. Tell your friends, tell your family about the show. It's a great time to come in.
Yes.
Because again,
on the
we
TVD
don't
train, baby, with us.
This is a great time. And as we say here in the Pacific Northwest,
get bit.
Ooh,
that's beautiful.
Sometimes you just can't say bracket, sick, bracket out loud.
Yeah.
Because it ruins the storytelling.
Ruins the flow, for sure. Yeah.
Okay. Well, again, we do like to listen and learn, but sometimes it's for the comedy, okay? But we trust you. All right? Whatever. Tell your friends, tell your family about the show. It's a great time to come in.
Yes.
Because again,
on the
we
TVD
don't
train, baby, with us.
This is a great time. And as we say here in the Pacific Northwest,
get bit.
Ooh.
Into the Twilight is an Earbud Media production. You can follow us on Twitter at Into the Twilight or on TikTok at Into the Twilight Show. You can find me at Cody Corral on Twitter and Allie at Alexandria Does. And you can support us on Patreon at patreon.com/Into the Twilight. We have merch, so much stuff. All those links are in the episode description. And make sure to rate and review us on your favorite podcast hosting platform. It really helps the show. Thanks. Bye.
You've been listening to Earbud Media Production. Earbud Media, audio for everyone.